Would you like to see how I create this winged eyeliner look? Then please stay tuned because I am going to share my tips and tricks. Hey guys, this is Sneha here at Beautylashes19, and today, as you can guess from the title, I'm going to share my tips and tricks to create a winged eyeliner look. First is of course the choice of product that you use for creating the winged eyeliner. There's an array of products. So you could use something as simple as a black eyeshadow, so something like this to create a winged eyeliner. It's much more softer and more forgiving, so for beginners I would highly recommend trying it out with a powder. The second option is by using kohl pencils. So these are easy to smudge and therefore create a more smoky kind of winged eyeliner look. I quite like to use these as well. The next is of course using felt tip pens like these. These are both by Kat Von D's and you can get them in various shades as with any other product. Then of course you have the classic liquid eyeliners. This one is quite good by NYX and it's the matte liquid liner. My favorite are gel liners, and for today's demonstration I'm going to use this by Inglot and it's the shade number 77, which is basically a black eyeliner. And with that, I like to mix in some of the Inglot Duraline. Now, a handy tool to clean up the edges of a winged eyeliner are Q-tips, or something that has this kind of a pointed shape is helpful. Or what I personally like to do is to use this e.l.f. makeup remover pen. I've spoken about this in some of my previous videos, but I absolutely love this and I'm going to show you in the demonstration how I use it. So as I mentioned before in this tutorial, I'm going to use a gel eyeliner, but let me know in the comment section below if you'd like me to create this video with any of the other products that I've mentioned. Now, another important aspect of getting the eyeliner right is to have a mirror. Now, if you have a magnifying mirror, it's even better. I used to back in the States, but I haven't bought one yet in the UK, so I'm just going to use a handheld mirror, something in my highlighter palette. Then you want to have the mirror angled downwards. Now what this does is it creates this open space, so you have the entire eyelid to see where the eyeliner is going, as opposed to having it straight ahead, and therefore you would have a smaller space to work with. And especially if you have any wrinkles or fine lines, just looking down really stretches those out and it helps in creating a smoother line. Also, this tip of looking down is great because the eyeliner won't transfer to this crease area, because if you have like this, there is more chance of the eyeliner hitting this crease area before it completely dries out. And this is especially important if you have hooded eyes. So I am right-handed, so I always like to start off with my left eye, which is the more difficult eye, because I have to cross over and do this eye with my right hand, because that's the difficult eye. So once I'm done with that, it's much easier to match it when I work on my right eye. So that's just a personal preference for me, but either way you can start off with any of the eyes. Also, the thickness of the eyeliner would depend on the look that you're going for and also how much space, lid space you have. Now, when I relax my eyes, you can see that I don't have much lid space, so I wouldn't personally like to do a very thick graphic eyeliner look unless I'm going for that look and then cover up this entire lid space to create that. Where you start off with the wing application also is a personal choice. Some people prefer to draw the wing out first and then connect it to the eye. When I work on the eye, I like to first draw a thin line across the lash line and then build up on the wing, and this will all make more sense in the demonstration. But before I zoom you in, I also wanted to mention that I rest my elbow on a table, and then as I'm drawing the eyeliner, my finger or my hand is always resting on my cheek. It's not in the air. So that way you eliminate a lot of the errors that can get introduced. So let me zoom you guys in and we'll start with the demo. So I'm first taking the Inglot gel liner and adding a drop of the Duraline. I'm going to mix it with this really fine brush that I got from Michaels. And first, I just like to steady my hand on my face. So you can't see here, but my pinky is resting on my cheek. And then I'm first starting to draw a line very close to my lash line. starting in the middle, then going towards the inner corner of my eye, and then just completing the line at the outer corner, staying close to the lash line. But then I like to look straight ahead just to make sure that the angle of the eyeliner is smooth. Here I saw that there was some dip in between there, so I'm just going over that area to make it a little more thicker or even. And here, if I follow my natural lower lash line, it's going to end up getting cut because of the hood on my eye. So I cannot personally do that rule, if that makes sense. I'm just going to extend it outwards, not upwards as much. That's also the reason why I'm starting slightly below the lower lash line. This way my entire wing is going to be outside of that hooded portion and not going to be cut. Then I'm just gradually working on the wing, just taking my time to thicken it up. And don't worry if you make any mistakes at this stage. I'm going to show you some corrective things you can do at the end. It's just gradually building on the wing and slightly thickening it up, making the band thicker as we go along. So this is what the wing looks like. Then I realized there was a dip there, so I'm just going to fill that area in. Then just smoothing out these lines that I have on my eyelid. Then also sharpening the wing here. So this is one of the corrective steps. This is the e.l.f. makeup remover pen, as I said in the intro. I'm just going to use this to clean up that little portion that's slightly off of the line. So just gently take that off and wipe the makeup remover pen on a paper towel. That gets rid of the darkness and then it's ready to go again. Then I'm just cleaning it up further with some concealer because my skin is showing through that area, so I'm just covering that up. And setting the concealer with some powder. Now this is the tricky part where you get onto the other eye. So here I'm taking a black eyeshadow and this fine angled brush. All the brushes and products used will be listed in the description box below. So I'm using this fine angled brush to kind of map out my wing. So take your time, look at the other eye, get it as close as possible to the other eye. And I clearly screwed up here too because this one goes slightly more angled and upwards compared to my other wing if you look closely. But we'll ignore that for this video. So once you have this sort of a guideline, it's much easier to go in with a gel liner. So again, repeating all the steps we've done for the first eye. Once we have that, I'm going in with a black kohl to tightline my top waterline. That just makes the eyeliner look much better instead of skin showing through in between the lashes. Especially if you're doing a black wing liner. See how much better that eye looks compared to the one that doesn't have the black kohl? You can still see the skin peeking through from under the eyeliner. So once you have this winged eyeliner, since I kind of bring it closer to my lower lash line, I like to blend that line so it's not so harsh. So you can go in with any brown eyeshadow that's deep enough. So I'm going to start with this brown eyeshadow. Just focus that on my lower lash line. Next, I'm also taking some of that black eyeshadow we'd used. And just on the outer corner. And you would have to do this only if you have partially hooded or hooded eyes like mine, where we can't bring the wing straight up. You have to bring it further down. So therefore we take some of the space of the lower lash line. So hopefully you can see that this side with the eyeshadows on the bottom eyelid is less harsh than this one, where this one just ends abruptly. So I'm just going to repeat that on the side. Another option when I do these crazy winged eyeliners is also to line my bottom waterline with black kohl, so to make it more feline. So that's what I'm going to do now. Like so, you can see the difference in the two eyes. So you can also make the eyes more feline by bringing in the inner corner of the eyeliner. Take a small amount of the eyeliner, ever so slightly, just bring it in a fraction. You see the difference between the two eyes? But this is again personal choice, so if you don't want to bring it in, or if you have two close set eyes, then you don't want to do this because it's going to further make your eyes closer together. I almost forgot to put mascara. Just using the L'Oreal Paradise. And that's it, guys. That's how I create my winged eyeliner. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to hit that like button and also consider subscribing for more such videos. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me.